Okay, it's Teacher Tip Tuesday, and today's teacher tip is all about getting to know your students. Now, there's lots of ways to do this, and we all know it's so important, but I want to share with you one of my favorite ways, and it's one of the easiest ways to take care of that student interest information, okay? So I have a student interest inventory page, and I have one for every student right from the beginning of the year. So I make these up, I put the student's name on them, and I keep these right in my grade book. So in my grade book, there's a tab for grades, and then each student has their own tab. And behind that tab is the interest inventory, and then a page where I can keep track of conferences that I have with parents, phone calls, good news messages that I send back and forth, any discipline action that I need to take care of, any important information I can add here, test scores, things like that. And then also behind that students tab, I have the conferencing notes. So I used to keep a separate binder for reading conference notes, a separate binder for writing conference notes. That's so silly. Put it all in one place. Everything you need about that student in one place. So I take my conference notes on labels, write them down, slap them right on here, and I have all this information in one place. Then also, as the year goes on, I start to add to this. The student's emergency card, the student's allergy information. If there are certain papers that I have questions about, that I want to talk to the parents about in a conference, IEPs, 504s, all in here. And you have every student's information all together. So now you're not in the middle of doing grades or in the middle of having a phone conversation and need to stop and think, where is that information? It's all put together. But let me tell you about the interest inventory, because that's why we're here. So what I do is, and you can do this a couple ways. If your kids are older, you can have them fill this out, okay? It asks for all the amazing, beautiful, wonderful things about Anthony, family, interests, talents, extracurriculars, academic strengths, things to grow on. You can have the student fill that out. You can interview the student one-on-one and set up a time with them and ask these questions. I like to use this as kind of a guideline when I'm calling parents before the school year starts to introduce myself. And I use this as, tell me about your child. Can you tell me a little bit about what their interests are? Tell me about brothers and sisters. Anybody else in the family that's important to them, that's invested in their learning? Anybody else in the home that I need to know about? Extracurriculars. What do they do after school? What's fun for them? The other thing is, just incidentally, as things pop up. So you're having morning meeting and a kid says, well, last night at Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts? I didn't know he was a Boy Scout. Write it down, because it comes up later. It's writing workshop. The kid's sitting there, head down on the table. I don't have anything to write about. Nothing happens in my life. My life is so boring. Really? Because I happen to know that you're in Boy Scouts and Grandpa takes you fishing all the time, and you have twin sisters named Ellie and Emma, and you are really good at baseball, and you're building a go-kart with your dad, and oh my gosh, you are like a whiz at math facts. Wonder what you could write about today. Keep a student interest inventory right at your fingertips. When students know you are interested in them, truly interested in them, their trust in you grows 1,000-fold. Things will change, I'm telling you. Student interest inventory. I have the link for the freebie. I'm going to drop it in the comments below. And if you can't find it there, check my stories. And if you still can't find it, direct message me. I'll send it to you. Have a good day.